First impressions of the iPhone 6 Plus. Let's take a look, see what I think about it. All right, guys, so here is the iPhone 6 Plus. And how have I been using it, and how's it been treating me for the last 72 hours or so, or last 4 days? Or no, I think it's been about 72 hours. It's actually been longer than that, but the black one, I just got it on Monday, I believe. And the gold one, we got it back on the 19th, I think. I don't remember. I think it was the 19th. I don't recall. No, it was the 20th. So how have we been using these things? How have they been holding up? Well, they've been holding up just fine. They haven't bent at all. That's this crazy internet buzz right now. Nonetheless, the iPhone 6 Plus, to me, now that I've had both in hand, I'm going to tell you that the iPhone 6 Plus is the one to get. So, how is that and why is that? Well, the iPhone 6 is nice, but after you have the iPhone 6 Plus in hand, it's very difficult to go back to the smaller display. And even when I pick up the 5S, I'm like, oh my God, how was I even using this thing? It's just one of those things. So the iPhone 6 Plus, this is the 128 gig model. Well, that's all we have is the 128 gig models. I'm going to recommend that if you do decide to go with this way, you won't regret it. You have tons of memory available to yourself. I've been using this for photos, music, movies, and web browsing here in the last 72 hours. And the battery life can hold its own. It's not the strongest battery out there. It doesn't do better than a lot of my other phones in battery. But example of my day, started at 8 a.m. By 6 p.m. I'm at about 40%. So, and that's with some pretty heavy use. I think it's safe to say that you can get at least 5.5 hours, 6 hours, maybe even 7 hours of screen on time with no problem with the iPhone 6 Plus. If you're not a heavy user, you possibly could go at least 24 hours and into the next day easily with no problems. But with it being a new device, there's probably going to be some bugs that need to be worked out. There's always, there's an update already coming out, I think, for iOS 8. And it's supposed to fix a couple of bugs. But I've been using this for web browsing, and I've been using it for movies and lots of music. So I think it's done very well. Web browsing is just really nice. Oh, well, look here. It's live. Oh, okay. So iOS 8 0.1 is live. Let's see if we got it here. Let's just check. Let's go to see if it's available. I think it might be. Boom, there it is. So I wasn't expecting that. So iOS 8.0.1 is now available. So you have the option to go ahead and update it. And this is what it's going to fix. Didn't plan on doing this. Is my initial impressions video, but hey, got to go with it. So that's what you got there. So go ahead and update your iPhones right now to iOS 8.0.1 to get you some nice bug fixes and help your operating system run a little smoother. My experiences with it in the last 72 days have been fantastic. The battery life, like I said, it's a good battery life, but it's not the best battery out there. Still not a fan of these antenna lines, but hey, I think it's something I got to deal with. I'll just deal with it. I will say that the camera is phenomenal. This is a great camera. I mean, it really is good. I'm not just saying that, but it's really good. And I think if you do have an iPhone 6, whether it's the Plus or the regular 6, the camera is phenomenal, hands down. Love that they added the landscape mode. But yeah, I've just been doing web browsing and really pounding the battery out. I've been really hitting it hard, and it works well. I mean, no problems with the operating system. I think I had one reboot or something. No, not a reboot. The web browser crashed, but that just could be, that's more likely just the RAM just got low, and I was pushing too many things in the background, whatever, and it decided to crash out on me. So no worries, that's not a big deal. That has happened on every phone I've ever owned, with the web browser crashes, and some phones even reboot. But nonetheless, my first impressions of this device: camera is fantastic, web browsing is phenomenal, movies obviously is going to be really nice. And battery life is very impressive, and that's about where I'm at right now. I have a full review up. If you haven't checked out my full review of the iPhone 6, go ahead and head over and check that out. I think you'll be surprised at what goes on in that video. So that's it for now. This is the iPhone 6 Plus, my first impressions. Don't forget, go ahead and update your iPhone to iOS 8 because it is now available. I'm going to do that right now. I will see you guys in the next one. Stay tuned for a full review and more videos on this device. I'll even throw some comparisons since the 6 Plus is the more popular of the two. I'll do some comparisons with some other devices that I know you like. All right, guys, I will see you in the next one. Take care.